Hey everyone, my name is Sarah. I'm 30 years old, and right now I'm living in Toronto, Canada. Working as a project manager for a tech company, my annual salary is $85,000. I have health insurance, a retirement plan, and 2 weeks of vacation every year. But 3 years ago, my English was so poor that I couldn't even introduce myself without making embarrassing mistakes. Today, I want to tell you my complete journey. How I went from failing every interview to landing my dream job. How I transformed my broken English into confident professional communication. And most importantly, how you can do exactly the same thing. If you've ever felt frustrated because your English holds you back, if you've ever lost opportunities because you couldn't express yourself clearly, or if you've been studying English for years but still can't speak naturally, keep watching. Because what I'm about to share changed my entire life, and it can change yours too. But first, let me take you back to where it all started. Because my story doesn't begin with success. It begins with complete failure. The kind that makes you question everything about yourself. 3 years ago, I applied for a customer success position at a software company in Seattle, Washington. The job description was perfect. The salary was incredible. The benefits package included everything I wanted: health coverage, dental insurance, vision care, paid time off, professional development budget. I was so excited when they invited me to a video interview. The day of the interview arrived. I logged into the video call 15 minutes early. I had prepared answers to common questions. I had researched the company thoroughly. I knew their products, their mission statement, their recent achievements. But when 3 interviewers appeared on my screen, all speaking perfect American English, my confidence disappeared instantly. The first interviewer smiled and asked, "So Sarah, tell us why you're interested in this role, and what makes you a good fit for our team." My mind went blank. I opened my mouth and said, "I think, this company is very good company. I want work here because, I like software. I am good person for job because I work hard always." The silence that followed felt like an eternity. I could see them exchanging glances. They were professional. They didn't laugh, but I could feel their disappointment. The interview continued for another 20 minutes, but I knew it was over. I had failed before I even started. When I hung up that call, I cried. Not because I didn't get the job, but because I realized something terrifying. My poor English was destroying my future. No matter how qualified I was, no matter how hard I worked, without proper English skills, I would never succeed in international markets. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would master English. Not just learn basic conversation. Not just pass a test. I would become fluent. I would speak like someone who belonged in Toronto, in New York, in London, in Sydney. I would speak like a professional. But like most people who decide to improve their English, I made some big mistakes at first. The first thing I did was sign up for an expensive online English academy. The course cost $400. The website promised fluency in 3 months. The instructor was energetic and motivating. We had live classes 3 times a week. We studied grammar rules. We memorized vocabulary lists. We did pronunciation drills. We completed homework assignments. But here's what I discovered after 3 months and $400. I could explain English grammar rules on paper. I could score high on written tests. But when someone asked me a simple question in real life, I still couldn't respond naturally. My English was slow, robotic, and uncomfortable. That's when I realized something crucial. Traditional English courses teach you about English. They don't teach you how to use English in real situations. There's a massive difference between knowing grammar rules and being able to communicate effectively. I needed something completely different. I needed a system that worked in the real world. So I stopped looking for teachers and started creating my own method. And this method changed everything. I divided my learning journey into 3 phases. Each phase had a specific goal. Each phase built on the previous one. And each phase brought me closer to fluency. Phase 1 was all about building a foundation. Not by memorizing words, but by training my brain to think in English. Here's what I did every single morning. The moment I woke up, I started narrating my entire morning routine in English, out loud, even though I was alone. I would say things like, "I'm waking up now. The sunlight is coming through my window. I feel a little tired. I need coffee. I'm getting out of bed. The floor is cold. I'm walking to the bathroom." At first, it felt ridiculous. I felt stupid talking to myself. But something incredible happened after just 2 weeks. My brain started thinking in English automatically. When I looked at something, English words came to my mind first, not my native language. During my lunch break every day, I joined free conversation groups online. I found platforms where professionals from different countries practice English together. I spoke with teachers from Chicago, nurses from London, engineers from Melbourne, accountants from Vancouver. These conversations were uncomfortable at first. I made mistakes constantly, but everyone in those groups was there to practice, just like me. And I learned something important. Native English speakers from high-income countries are usually patient and encouraging. They understand that English is a global language, and they respect people who work hard to improve. Every evening, I practiced a technique called shadowing. I would find professional videos, TED Talks from speakers in California, business presentations from companies in Manhattan, news broadcasts from the BBC in London, podcasts from entrepreneurs in Austin, Texas. I would play 5 seconds, pause, and repeat exactly what I heard. Same pronunciation, same rhythm, same intonation, same emotion. This trained my ear to understand different accents and helped me sound more natural when I spoke. After 30 days of this routine, something changed. I could have basic conversations without translating in my head first. I could express simple ideas naturally. I felt more confident speaking. But I knew this was just the beginning. Phase 2 was about developing professional English. The kind of English that gets you hired at companies in San Francisco, Seattle, Boston, or Toronto. I started consuming content from companies I admired. Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Google, Adobe, Salesforce. I read their blogs. I watched their webinars. I listened to their executive presentations. I paid close attention to the language they used. I created a notebook of professional phrases, not random vocabulary, actual phrases that successful people used in real business situations. Phrases like, "Let me share some context. That's an excellent point. Here's how I see it. Let me break this down for you." What I'm hearing is, moving forward, we should consider. Every day, I practiced using these phrases. I recorded myself speaking. I pretended I was in a meeting. I imagined I was presenting to executives. I practiced until these phrases felt completely natural. I also found mock interview platforms. These platforms connect you with real recruiters and hiring managers from major cities. People who had worked at companies in Chicago, Los Angeles, Denver, Atlanta. They gave me honest feedback on my interview answers. They told me exactly what hiring managers in competitive markets wanted to hear. They showed me how to structure my responses using the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. They taught me how to sound confident without sounding arrogant, how to discuss salary expectations professionally, how to ask intelligent questions that showed genuine interest. This practice was invaluable because when the real interviews came later, I was completely prepared. Phase 3 was about cultural awareness. I realized that language isn't just words and grammar, it's culture, context, and communication style. I studied how professionals communicate in different English-speaking markets. In the United States, business communication tends to be direct and results-focused. People appreciate when you state your ideas clearly and support them with specific examples and data. In the United Kingdom, communication is often more subtle. People value humility and use softer language even when making strong points. In Canada, professionals appreciate collaborative language, words that show you're a team player, phrases that build consensus rather than create division. In Australia, authenticity and approachability are highly valued. People respond well to genuine, down-to-earth communication. Understanding these cultural differences helped me adapt my communication style depending on who I was speaking with. After 6 months of consistent practice, I felt ready. I decided to test myself. I applied for jobs in competitive markets: Toronto, Seattle, Boston, Denver, Vancouver. Within 3 weeks, I received interview invitations from 4 companies. My resume hadn't changed. My qualifications were the same, but my English had transformed completely. The Toronto company scheduled a phone screening. The Seattle company invited me to a video interview. The Boston company wanted to meet virtually with their entire team. And the Denver company asked me to complete a presentation project. I was nervous, but I was ready. The Toronto interview was a turning point. When I joined the video call, I saw 4 people on the screen: the hiring manager, 2 team members, and an HR representative. The hiring manager smiled and said, "Good morning, Sarah. Thanks for joining us. Let's start with you telling us about yourself and why you're interested in this role." I smiled back. My answer came out smoothly, naturally, confidently. "Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm Sarah, and I've spent the past 5 years working in customer success and project management. What excites me about this role is the opportunity to work with a product I genuinely believe in, and to contribute to a team that values innovation and collaboration. I've researched your company extensively, and I'm impressed by your commitment to customer satisfaction and your recent expansion into international markets. Clear, professional, natural." The interview lasted almost 90 minutes. They asked challenging questions about problem solving, conflict resolution, team management, and strategic thinking. I answered every question smoothly. We had natural conversations. We even shared some laughs. It felt right. 2 weeks later, my phone rang. It was the hiring manager from Toronto. "Hi, Sarah. I'm calling with good news. We'd like to offer you the position. Starting salary is $85,000 annually, plus full benefits, stock options, professional development budget, and flexible work arrangements." I couldn't speak for a moment. This was it. My dream job, in Toronto, with a salary that would change my life completely. I accepted immediately. Today, I've been in this role for 18 months. I work with an incredible team. I manage projects across multiple countries. I present to executives regularly. I collaborate with colleagues in Vancouver, New York, London, and Sydney. But the impact goes beyond just my career. Last year, I brought my parents to visit me in Toronto. We explored the city together. We went to Niagara Falls. We ate at amazing restaurants. We walked through beautiful neighborhoods. When we sat down for dinner at a restaurant overlooking Lake Ontario, and I paid for the entire meal with my own money, my mother started crying. "I'm so proud of you," she said. "You never gave up." And she was right. I didn't give up. Not when I failed that first interview. Not when expensive courses didn't work. Not when I felt frustrated and discouraged. I kept going. I kept practicing. I kept improving. Now let me share the most important lessons I learned. The lessons that made all the difference. Lesson 1. Your mindset determines everything. The moment I stopped saying, I can't speak English, and started saying, I'm improving every day, my entire journey changed. Your beliefs shape your reality. Believe you can improve, and you will. Lesson 2. Professional English requires deliberate practice. If you want to work in Toronto, New York, London, or Sydney, you need more than basic English. You need professional communication skills. Study how successful people in your industry communicate. Learn their phrases. Adopt their style. Lesson 3. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need to study 10 hours a day. 30 minutes of focused, consistent practice every single day will transform your English faster than sporadic intensive study sessions. Lesson 4. Speak from day one. Don't wait until you're perfect. Start speaking now. Even if you only know 50 words, use those 50 words. Mistakes are part of learning. Every native English speaker made thousands of mistakes when they were learning to speak as children. Lesson 5. Immerse yourself completely. Change your phone language to English. Watch content from major English-speaking cities. Follow professionals from Toronto, Boston, Seattle, Melbourne. Listen to podcasts from New York entrepreneurs. Read blogs from London business leaders. Surround yourself with English. Lesson 6. Invest wisely. Don't waste money on expensive courses that don't work. Instead, invest in resources that give you real practice. Conversation platforms, mock interview services, quality learning materials. The $10 a month I spent on conversation practice turned into an $85,000 salary. Your turn starts now. Right now, someone in Seattle is looking for someone with your skills. Someone in Toronto needs exactly what you can offer. Someone in London has a position perfect for you, but they need someone who can communicate effectively in English. That someone can be you, but only if you start today. Imagine yourself 1 year from now, speaking confidently in interviews, working at a company you admire, earning a salary that changes everything for your family, living in a city you've always dreamed about, building a career you're proud of. That future is possible. That future is waiting. But you have to take the first step. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop thinking you'll start next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. And years pass by while your dreams stay dreams. Today is your day. This moment is your moment. Make the decision now. Commit to 30 minutes of practice every single day. Join conversation groups. Practice shadowing. Speak to yourself. Record your voice. Learn professional phrases. Study successful people. Your dream job is out there. Your dream life is waiting. All you need is the courage to begin and the commitment to continue. If this story inspired you, subscribe to American English Conversation Practice. I'll share more strategies, techniques, and real stories to help you achieve fluency. Let's transform your future together. See you in the next video.